two positively charged and has two protons. That's why its mass is different from the mass of hydrogen. What we see? We see that the nature of the anode rays depends upon the nature of gas. That the nature of the anode ray changes on changing the gas. The first one, the nature of anode rays depends upon the nature of gas taken in discharge tube. The next we know if the charge is going to depend on the nature of gas and if mass is going to depend on the nature of gas, then the E by M ratio will also depend upon the nature of gas. What we have? The E by M ratio will depend upon the nature of gas. The third point, what we know? By replacing hydrogen with helium, what we observe? That the charge on helium is 2+. That is, it is double to that of the charge gained by hydrogen. It means the hydrogen gains 1 positive charge, the helium gains 2 positive charge. It may be 3 positive charge, it may be 4 positive charge, but not in fraction. Right? It means what we have, some positively charged particle carry the multiple of fundamental unit charge. What is that one? That is proton. That one is positive 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. It means this gaseous positively charged particle carry the multiple of this unit charge. The fourth one point, what we have? We observe that the behavior of this charged particle which is produced here, that consists of anode rays, is opposite to that of the behavior of electron which was produced. It means the behavior of anode rays is opposite the behavior of anode rays in electrical and magnetic field. The behavior of anode rays in electrical and magnetic field is opposite to that of cathode rays. By this observation, what we come to conclude? We come to conclude that this gaseous atom constitute of positively charged because their behavior is opposite to that of cathode rays. It means the anode rays is constitute of positively charged particles. And these positively charged particles are integral multiple of a definite charge, that is the charge on the proton. What it means, what we have the conclusion. That first one, the anode rays constitute of positively positively charged particle constitute of positively charged particle. The anode rays constitute of positively charged particle and is also constitute of multiple of fundamental unit charge. By this, we come to conclude that the atom is also constitute of a positively charged, which is known as proton. So the next one we will discuss the discovery of neutrons. After the discovery of electron and proton, it was felt that there was certain another particle which is termed as neutron. There was a need that there were some neutral particles in the neutral particle, and the discovery of that neutral particles was made by James Chadwick. In 1932, James Chadwick took a thin sheet of beryllium and bombarded it with alpha particle. When he took a thin sheet of beryllium and bombarded with alpha particle, then some particles were ejected. When these particles are placed in electrical and magnetic field, then it was observed that they haven't charged. If they have not charged, then they are termed as neutron. Their mass was assumed that their mass was greater than the mass of proton. Let us discuss it. Discovery of proton. In 1932, James Chadwick took a thin sheet of beryllium and bombarded with alpha particles. But there will be a question in your mind, what is alpha particle? Alpha particle, it means helium nucleus. If we have helium atom, Hp, then we know that in case of helium, it has 2 protons and together with 2 electrons. We know what is the formula of helium? He, 2He4. It means it contains 2 protons, 2 electrons, and A minus plus it contains 2 neutrons. What we have? We have the helium nucleus. It means this one. This helium nucleus is termed as alpha particle. It means when we remove 2 electrons from the helium, it constitutes of alpha particle. Alpha particle, what we termed as helium 2 plus. On removing those 2 electrons, it gets 2 plus, has the same mass as the nucleus, has contained 2 protons too. This one is known as alpha particle. What we have? Alpha particle, you know. What we have? He took a thin sheet of beryllium and bombarded with alpha particle. Then some particles were emitted. On application classification of electrical and magnetic field. It was determined that they are neutral. That they are neutral, and their mass was greater than some greater than the mass of proton. This is all about the discovery of electron, proton and neutron. Let us summarize the characteristic of electron, proton and neutron. Let us summarize the fundamental properties of fundamental particle, that is electron, proton and neutrons, how they are represented, what are their actual mass, what are their relative mass, what are their approximate mass, and what are their charges. Most of the things we have already known, but let us summarize it, what we have. We have the properties of fundamental particles. This one is electron, proton and neutron. 1, 2, 3. The first one, we have the name. This one is electron, this one is proton, and this one is neutron. The next one, we have absolute charge. We know the charge on electron is minus 1.6022 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. The charge on proton is plus 1.6022 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. The charge on neutron is neutral, that is 0. To the next, we will discuss the relative charge. We know the relative charge that will be divided with the charge on electron or proton. Then it will be plus 1. It will be electron is minus 1, plus 1, and this one is 0. We will discuss the mass in kg. What we have, the mass of electron, we have 9.10939 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. The next one, the mass of proton, it is 1.67262 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg. The mass of the neutron is greater than the mass of proton, that is 1.67493 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg. What we see, the mass of electron is 2734, very lesser than the mass of proton and the mass of neutron. When we compare all the three particles, then the mass of neutron is higher. It is slightly greater than the mass of proton. If we want to discuss the atomic mass in U, atomic mass in U, or we can say atomic mass unit, then what we have, The mass of the electron, it is 0.0054. When we will divide with the mass of 1U, the next one, the mass of the proton, it is 1.00727. The mass of neutron, it is 1.00867. If you compare the approximate atomic mass, then the approximate atomic mass, it is 0, it is 1, and it is 1. This is all about what we know about the electrons, protons, neutrons, their discovery, their characteristic, how they are found out. We have discussed by the means of various experiments done by various scientists. To the next one, we will discuss the Thomson atomic model. The next, Rutherford atomic model, Goldfield scattering experiment, alpha particle scattering experiment. The next one, its limitations. The next, Bohr's atomic model. To the next, we will study the dual behavior of matter and radiation, that is de Broglie equation, Heisenberg uncertainty principle, and we will implement it for various particles, how it is going to behave, that we will find out that the nature of electron is acting as a wave together with particle. It means the electron has dual nature. We will discuss in the later classes.